Hey everyone, my name is Molly Mandelberg. Thank you for watching. For those of you who don't know me, I work with coaches, healers, and aspiring thought leaders who, even though they're great at what they do, for whatever reason, they're stopping themselves from sharing their work on a bigger scale. So I help them to craft their deep work into inspiring content and tackle the necessary tech so that they can reach more people and make a bigger difference with less efforting, with less hard work. And I started my business a number of years ago, and right now I'm in an amazing place where I get to travel the world full time and continue to watch my business grow. So even in just the next month, I'm about to go to a camp out in California. I'm going to fly from Los Angeles to Vancouver, BC for an awesome Access Consciousness class. And then I'll be back in California for a seminar and then flying to Florida to go on a 2-week writing retreat. Transatlantic cruise, which my mother facilitates every year, and then spend a week in London before coming back to get back in my van, which I live in and run my business from, and drive to Colorado for more adventures. So the only reason I'm allowed to do this, the only reason it's possible, is because I've set up enough systems, enough marketing tools and tactics that my business can continue growing even while I'm off gallivanting and having a good time. But it wasn't always like this. Even just a few years ago, I was really struggling to get clients. I wasn't sure what to say or who to say it to. I was putting a lot of things out there, but not really seeing a response. And I started to realize that there were things that were stopping me, both internally and externally, from reaching the kind of success that I wanted to be having. And so that's why I wanted to do this video today, to share 3 of the main reasons that I see my clients and many people in the coaching, healing, thought leader industry stopping themselves from sharing things on a bigger scale. And I'm going to talk about those in just a moment. But what I know is possible is you can have more freedom. You can have a greater income, and you can do more of the great work that you're being called towards to do if you set a few things up and if you start telling people about it. So one of the main reasons that I see people stopping themselves from sharing their work online, whether it's on social media, whether it's emailing their list, whether it's building their list in the first place, is that they don't want to be that person. And whatever judgments we have around being that person who tells the world what they're doing, who shares their business name, who talks about what they do when it comes up in conversation, who bothers to go to a networking event and boldly, meets more people who may be potential clients. Not wanting to be that person who markets their business is something that can really keep us from actually doing the work we're here to do. So here's what I want to say about that. What else is possible? What if your judgments around who you might become as someone who markets their business is actually one of the best things you could do for yourself? Here's how I see it. If you're not going to share about your work, if you're not going to market yourself, if you're not going to find the words and reach the people, then you're definitely going to have to do something else to make a living or rely on other people to support you. And if you're doing that, then you're automatically spending less time doing this deep work that you're called to do for people. So you're actually robbing the world of more of your support and services when you decide not to be that person who markets themselves. So that's what I have to say about that. Be that person. Shout it from the rooftops. Hang your hat. You can think about this like a gas station at night, which I think about a lot because I drive cross country much of the time. If there's a gas station on the side of the road at night and they don't bother to turn their lights on, nobody's going to stop by and get gas. But if they do turn the lights on, if people can see that little sign that's just enough marketing for people to stop by and know they're open, then suddenly people are stopping in and getting gas and receiving the fuel that they need to keep going on their journey. This is very much the same thing we're doing here. We need to turn the lights on just enough that people know you're open for business and can come and receive your magic from you. So number 2, the next thing is, who am I to do this? So this is a really sneaky gremlin, something that can stop a lot of us in our tracks when we start to think, there's a lot of other people already doing this. There's, the market is flooded. There's too many leaders out there. There's too many coaches. There's too many healers. Who am I to go and choose to be another one of them? Or who am I to start down this path when there's so many experts already in this industry? And what I say to that is, who are you not to? Who are you to be denying that call forward when you're being tapped on the shoulder by spirit or God or whatever you want to believe in, or your intuition or your awareness, that it's time to start stepping forward and taking action and supporting other people to move down the path that they're on, whatever their journey may be? Who are you to deny that? Who are you to put it on the back burner and say, not right now, it's not important, when that's what you're being called to do? So who are you not to? What would it take to just let yourself be the person who is being called forward? And one more thing I'll say about that is, yes, there are probably a lot of people already in your industry doing something similar to what you do. And the people who are meant to work with you have been waiting for you. That there are a lot of people who teach marketing, and there are a lot of people who will help you find the words and set up the technology to do what you want to do. And not all of them are like me. And the people who are ready to take action and to start moving forward and marketing their businesses, they're either going to resonate with me, or they're going to resonate with someone else. So there's probably a lot of people out there. I actually know there are many, many people out there who have been waiting for someone with just your particular brand of magic to lean into and finally get support. Those other leaders aren't for them. There are people out there who are waiting for you, and for you to show up boldly and visibly and magnetically enough that they can finally lean in and say yes to you. So the third big mistake or myth or gremlin that we have is, what will people think? So when I was first starting out, I was realizing that every time I put something on social media and was really, judging myself for it, or not wanting to do it in the first place, or sending out an email to my list and then wishing I hadn't done it, I recognized that there was a voice in my head, and it was actually someone that I knew in college who isn't, the most positive, uplifting person, who can be kind of negative about other people and judgmental. I had that voice of that person running in my head as I was trying to market my business, saying, how dare you? Who are you to do this? Who do you think you are? Like, telling me that it was never going to be good enough, or that just the act of getting visible was going to equate to me being judged by people that I know. Not necessarily people that I respect or admire, but just people that I know. So the question there is, who are you letting stop you? And does that person's opinion of you, especially if you're assuming that it's negative, do you really want that to be the thing that keeps you from serving the people you're meant to serve, from being called forward and doing the work that you're on this earth to do? Is that really what you're going to let stop you? So what will people think? The people who don't have your back, I would start asking yourself if those are the people you want to be allowing to make this decision for you. Are those the people who are going to dictate whether or not your business grows, whether or not you get to the level of having financial stability, financial freedom, having a lifestyle that allows you to go on vacation for weeks on end, or take a maternity leave that lasts as long as you want it to while your business continues to support you. So don't let those bastards get you down. There's also something that comes up when it comes to the impact of other people's opinions, which is the tall poppy syndrome. I know a lot of people, especially heartfelt, empathic people, are worried that if they get too big, too successful, too financially abundant, too happy, that we're going to lose people. People won't be able to have us in their lives if we're doing that well. And so we want to stifle ourselves and, do good but not too good, or show up but not too visibly, so that we can accommodate those people who we don't want to lose. And I'm just going to tell you, from someone who's had this crazy upward spiral with my business over the last few years, it's true. Some people can't come with you. And some people are going to make you wrong for choosing to be happy and have an awesome life. And that's okay, because there are people who are willing to go there with you, to come along with you, and to also rise and grow and expand. And those people are really fun to hang out with. So I encourage you to find community with people who are growing in the ways you want to grow, who are expanding and trying new things. And if you need support finding a community like that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about one in a moment, but there's a lot of them out there. There are a lot of people, especially right now, who are willing to push the envelope on what it means to be big and powerful and amazing and happy and successful. And those people are willing to receive you and support you and have your back as you go there. So what will people think? Fuck them if they can't take it, and know that there are people who can hold space for you no matter how big you want to go. And the last thing I want to say, which isn't one of the three main things, but it's something that does come up a lot when we're marketing our work. I don't know what to say, and I don't know where or how to say it. So there's something I created that I wanted to share with you guys that is a way to not only begin learning exactly what to say and having even done for you templates and PDFs and writing prompts that's going to help you realize how much content you really already have inside your head, but also where to start saying it. So I use social media for a lot of things. I travel all over the world and I get to stay in touch with people that I met in Thailand, that I met in Colombia, that I met in Costa Rica and Italy and Greece. In England, I can only stay in touch with those people because I use social media as a connecting tool. But I also want everyone I know to know what I'm doing. So I use social media as a marketing platform, which is where you're probably watching this video right now. And I do that because I'm not willing to not let people know what I'm up to. I want everyone I know to know what I'm up to so that when they hear someone who's growing a coaching practice or, started becoming a healer or wanting to grow a business as a healer, that they know I'm someone who can support them. So knowing where to start and how to say what you want to say to your people is art worth mastering. It's really the core of what marketing is, and it doesn't have to feel salesy, and it doesn't have to be yucky and wrong. It doesn't have to be like overly persuasive and out of alignment. It can be coming from a place of true contribution and a true desire to connect with people and support people and make a difference in this world so that we can create this paradigm shift that we've been wanting. So I created a 6-month program to help people who are struggling to market their businesses. They know they have someone to reach. They're not maybe sure exactly what that message is yet, or they are, and they're just not sharing it with the world. So maybe you've already been in business for a few years. Maybe you have a free gift or a course or a group program or even just a consultation that you want to be inviting people to. And for whatever reason, you're not telling people about it, or you're not telling people about it often enough that they can hear it and know it's for them. So I created this program called MAGIC, which stands for Magnetic Influencer Collective. And it's going to be this really juicy tribe of people who have each other's backs, who are supporting each other, giving each other feedback, and at the same time creating all kinds of systems to support them in their marketing, to make posting on social media easy and breezy and not something that feels hard or stuck anymore, to be creating ways to build your list and invite people to join your list with as much like heartfelt connection as possible. And to make sure that everyone who's on your list is receiving things from you. When was the last time that you emailed your list and either delivered something that was a huge contribution or invited them to something that could be a huge contribution in their life if they said yes to it? How many yeses are showing up on a regular basis? So I, like I said, travel a lot of the time. I'm traveling around the country. I'm flying all over the world. I rarely stop traveling. And I run my business on the road because I've set up systems to automatically post things, to automatically send out emails. And I set those things up in such a way that now I can just record a podcast and send the file to my virtual assistant, and they can, put the image together, put the description together, publish that thing on their own. Suddenly I'm in a place where I get to just create and batch my creativity, and the systems I've put in place allow that content to then go out at the perfect time and invite people to it. This is the kind of stuff I want to help you set up. This is the kind of stuff that's going to give you that time freedom that we all went into business in the first place to get, so that you don't feel stressed, you don't overwhelmed with your admin tasks, you don't feel like nothing is ever getting done, but you start to realize that people are receiving from you automatically. and people are able to say yes to you without you lifting a finger. This is the kind of stuff we're going to set up in this program. So it's a course of 6 months. Magnetic Influencer Collective. There's 2 calls a month. There's a really juicy Facebook group. Every single month you're going to receive the action guide, which is going to have checklists and writing prompts and productivity tools. And in addition to that, there's a Facebook group to support you. We're going to encourage you to be recording your tasks so that by the end of the program, you're going to have a SOP file, a system of operations file, which is going to make it really easy for you to hire a virtual assistant or an office assistant in the future so that you can start handing those tasks off, because someone will easily be able to do it exactly how you want it done. And we're going to give you 6 different realms of how to grow your marketing and your leadership in such a way that people are excited to get to know you. People start to know, like, and trust you. And it just makes it easier for anyone to say yes to you because, like I said, the lights are on. People know you're open for business. And that way people start coming in for consultations and signing up for courses while you're sleeping and stuff. It's really fun. So if you want to know more, I'm not going to go too much more into it right now, but you can go to wildheartsriseup.com/magic. And there's a few weeks left of early bird discount. It's 20% off until April 20th. And I'm just letting you know right now that if you're one of the first 10 people to sign up, you will also get a featured interview on either Tactical Magic Podcast or the Wild Hearts Rise Up Facebook page, which has over 10,000 likes on there. So yeah, I would love to support you in finding the right words to reach the right people, in finding that community to support you in getting to be the biggest you can be. Like, that should be allowed. There should be a place where you're feeling supported to continue expanding, because that's what we're here to do. And yeah, once again, I just want to remind you that if you're being called to do something greater in your life, don't let anything stop you from going there, because that's the one thing you're on this earth to do. Don't forget, keep asking big questions, taking bold action. I hope that you got something out of this video. And remember that you're here for a reason. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
You are a pioneer. You're pushing the edge of what's possible. I know that path you walk because I have been walking it too. It's time to play a bigger game. When you contribute to your people, the world transforms.